I'ma save your name. In the name of Jesus. You people not going through it trying to make me do what I used to. But all last month right here. As long as the Lord's in my life, I will have no fear. I will know no pain from me. I'm talking to him, knowing he's fucking crying about life. He's the one that can do it. Oh, the one that lives. Trapped in your own mind. On the Lord. I'm hunting with the word. Cuts like a sword. Prosper. And every tongue that rises against me in judgment, thou shalt condemn.
You know, come in with the altitude and do a full workout with the chest. Out of shape. Get it hard. Let's go, Leslie. Let's go, Leslie.
And I'm still going through it. Pain in the earth, yeah, soaking up trouble like rain.
So, I ain't got nothing to do today. So I thought I'd come in here and work out for the first time since I fought. And guess what they got me doing? Well, I got myself doing sparring Lester. I'm about to get in. Just 2 rounds. Stay tuned, baby. Listen. Got my ass in there. 2 rounds, got my ass kicked. That's very humbling. I ain't used to that. I gotta get back in shape. I can't just be going months and months and months not doing nothing and then think I'm young and I can get in here and spar the big dogs like that. I'll be back though. Stay tuned.
What does your training routine consist of? Like, do running? Do you do strength and conditioning workouts in the gym? Like, what do you do as far as like physical preparation?
I do it all. I run, I swim, strength and conditioning, plyometrics, all that.
You do swimming?
Yes.
A lot of people are doing swimming now.
I've been doing that my whole career.
What do you like about swimming?
It helps on your breathing, your endurance, because we don't run every day. So it helps tremendously.
And do you lift weights?
Not heavy. We lift probably like 20 pounds.
So if you have a fight where you're going to go up to 168 pounds, how much time do you think you need to get ready physically for that?
I'm ready now.
You ready now?
You some names. I need to know, does easy work pop in your mind or a challenging fight? Xander.
Easy work.
Charlo.
Easy work.
Fedora.
Easy work.
Errol Spence.
Easy work.
Devin Haney.
Easy work.
Terence Bud Crawford.
Easy work.
It's our people. It's the urban community that does it. Oh, Boots this, Boots knock you out, Boots. And then, you know, the people that, you know, support me, they, man, Bud it is, Bud that. Then some fighters find themselves getting caught up in that, you know, and then they asked about it. Oh, man, he easy work. I ain't easy work, no, man. You know what I mean?
No. Terence Crawford has just released fresh training footage nearly a year after his career-defining victory over Canelo Alvarez, and the boxing world is going absolutely crazy. The new footage has immediately sparked massive speculation, with many fans now believing Crawford could be preparing for a potential return to the ring for a huge showdown against Jaron Boots Ennis. That speculation has only grown louder after the Philadelphia fighter and his team made bold comments about their chances of beating Bud if the two ever share the ring. With Crawford looking sharp in the gym and Boots continuing to make noise, the possibility of this blockbuster matchup has fans talking all over again. So, let me ask you this. If Crawford really is considering a return, is a fight against Jaron Boots Ennis the matchup you would want to see?
You would want. For sure, but he talking, but he retired. He ain't saying he want to fight, so he won't say he retired. You know, let him enjoy his retirement, you know, and like he said, this the Boots era. He said
let him have his era.
Boots Ennis make Terence Crawford retire?
Hypothetically, right? Would that be a fight that would even make sense?
No, it's definitely a big fight if he was a return, but I beat him. They're gonna be like he was old. Like he just talking. He don't worry about.
Now Crawford himself has made it clear that he has no immediate plans to step back into the ring, despite all the recent speculation surrounding his future. He says he is finished with boxing for now and believes it is finally time to allow his body to rest after everything he has sacrificed and achieved throughout his long career. Crawford has essentially explained that after putting his body through hell for nearly 30 years, retirement makes sense because he has already given so much to the sport. And when you have pushed your body to its limits for 3 decades, wouldn't you eventually choose to walk away and protect your health? All right, then, there go your answers. That is exactly why I retired. I gave everything I had to boxing, but I am not going to give my health to boxing. If I were to come back, who would I fight? I'm asking you. Tell me who you think would make sense. So, yeah, that's a good question, and it is one Crawford clearly wants the boxing world to think about.
You've been taking your body through hell for 30 years. Would you retire? All right then. So there go your answer. So that's why I retired. I gave my all to boxing, but I'm not going to give my health to boxing. If I was to come back, who would I fight? I'm asking you.
Just say it's a good question.
All right, so there you go. There you go. I have nobody to fight. I have nothing to accomplish. So now I'm just coming back for the sport and just money.
What's the first sport now that you're done with boxing that you get into in retirement? What's the first sport? Because you're an athletic dude. You're always doing something. What do you get into?
Me personally.
While Crawford appears to have made up his mind and remain retired for now, the boxing world is still struggling to accept that a fighter coming off the biggest and most important victory of his career could simply walk away without stepping into the ring for another fight. Many fans and boxing insiders believe the sport still needs Bud Crawford, and they argue that his return to professional competition could instantly bring back some of the excitement, attention, and energy that boxing has been missing since his retirement. After everything Crawford accomplished in the sport, the idea of never seeing him compete again is difficult for many supporters to accept. Analysts like Showbiz The Adult have also been thrilled by the latest training footage, seeing it as another reason to keep Crawford's name at the center of the conversation and welcoming the legendary boxer back into the spotlight. And at the same time, the new footage has once again opened the door to speculation about whether Crawford could eventually change his mind and consider one more major fight.
Same day, Terence Bud Crawford back in the damn gym?
Come in with the altitude and do a full workout with the chest. Out of shape. Get it hard. Let's go, Leslie. Let's go, Leslie.
And I'm so ready with your permission, I'm a slave and slave. In the name of Jesus, you go back over, you're trying to make me do what I used to, but all that shit's right here. Long as the laws of my life, I will have no fear. I will know no pain from the light to the dark. Come on, no strength.
You know, that's what we doing. I miss boxing. I've been traveling. I just want to be in my happy place, which is the boxing gym.
Talk to him, Bernard. Talk to him, Bernard.
You know what I'm saying?
Talk to him,
I'm
Bernard.
telling the truth, though. I narrate the shit. You know what I'm saying? I will be the narrator. Terence Bud Crawford, man, the best in the world. Love to see him in the gym.
Yes! Yes! Yeah, listen, bro. I swear to you, I did not know how badly we need a Terence Bud Crawford. Crawford, get your ass back in the ring. Come on back, dog. You can't leave yet. You tried to pass the torch. Them brothers ain't pick it up and carry it anywhere. Hit the Tyson bell. But you gotta come back on home, gang. You gotta come back on home, Terence. Brother, we need you. All right, I'm not sure who you'll fight. Okay, but as long as you're in the gym, that's the good.
While some analysts are excited about the possibility of Crawford making a comeback, others believe the latest training footage is nothing more than a teaser and should not be taken as proof that he is preparing to fight again. Analysts like Blue Blood Sports TV argue that Crawford has still not made a final decision about returning to the ring. They point out that the new training footage alone is not enough to prove that Bud is truly ready for another professional fight, while some critics have even suggested that he looks a little sloppy and may already be past his absolute best. They also warned that taking on someone like Boots Ennis, who has remained active, continued training, and recently defeated Xander Zayas, could be a huge mistake for Crawford if he is not fully prepared for the challenge. Because of that, many analysts want to see more footage of Bud working seriously in the gym before making any major conclusions, believing that more time and more evidence are needed before Crawford officially announces any kind of comeback. There is no denying that Crawford no longer looks exactly like the fighter he was during his prime, and at 38 years old, many people believe staying retired could ultimately be the smartest decision for his health and legacy. Crawford's longtime head trainer, Brian "Bomek" McIntyre, has expressed a similar view during an interview with Brian Custer. Bomek explained that Crawford only returned to camp to stay in shape and to help his stablemate, Lester Martinez, prepare for his upcoming fight. However, when the conversation turned toward possible super fights and the idea of Crawford returning for one massive opportunity, the award-winning trainer appeared to give a major hint that Team Crawford has not completely closed the door on a potential return to the ring. That leaves the situation far more interesting, because while Crawford may currently be enjoying retirement, it seems the right opportunity could still make him think twice about walking away for good.
There have been a number of people who all of a sudden saw video of Terence in camp, working with him, working out, and all of a sudden people are like, uh-oh, Terence Crawford is back. He's begun the first steps in a comeback. Set the record straight for us.
Well, man, I will tell you this, man. Bud, he loved the environment that he created. We created together as a team, and so he know we was in camp, so he just wanted to come out and get some work in, just so we see where he at and have some fun with Lester. He brought Lester underneath his wing on his undercard, and then Lester just sprouted, just jumped to the top of the charts after that. So Terence is always a big supporter of Lester, and just come out, just have fun with him, and just show him a few things, and just work out with him for a couple of days.
And set the record straight, because I know you probably seen it on social media. People saying, "This is Bud Crawford saying, okay, let me see where I am, because I got Jaron Boots Ennis out there, and people want me and Jaron Boots Ennis to fight." Give me what are your thoughts on that? And
Bud done, man. He said he done, and I respect his decision, and I want him to be done because he had nothing else to prove in the sport. But I love having him around the other fighters, to motivate them, so they trying to get to the pinnacle of the sport where he got to. So that's just one of the reasons why it came out, man. Not to get ready for no fight or nothing, just want to stay.
Observers are starting to notice the clear mixed message surrounding Crawford's future. While Bomek continues to publicly support Crawford's decision to remain retired and repeatedly emphasizes that Bud has already accomplished enough in the sport, he is also reminding everyone that if the right challenge or truly serious opportunity suddenly appears, Crawford is still capable of returning to the ring and performing at an elite level. That combination of statements has naturally raised questions among fans and analysts, because in combat sports, saying that a fighter is simply helping in camp while at the same time emphasizing how dangerous, talented, and difficult that fighter would still be to beat can sometimes be the kind of explanation used when something more could potentially be developing behind the scenes. It does not automatically mean negotiations are happening, but it certainly keeps the door open to speculation that private conversations could already be taking place while Crawford's team continues to publicly maintain that retirement remains the plan. For now, nobody can say with certainty what Crawford will ultimately decide, but these mixed signals are enough to keep the boxing world watching closely.
We still gonna stick on business like we was when we came out of the fight and wanted to go back into the fight. So if the opportunity comes up, man, of course, we're gonna take it.
Let me ask you about Boots for a minute, because I'm sure you saw it. What did you think about that interview that Boots had done recently where they asked him about Terence Crawford, and he said, man, that's easy work. I'm just going to be honest with y'all, that was easy work. And Bud, I think, did an interview, called Boots a hater, and said he would have knocked him out if they had fought. You know Bud better than anybody. If those two had fought, let's say after the Canelo fight, what would have happened in a fight like that?
You know what, man? I'm gonna stick with my guy, man. I'm gonna go with my guy because for the simple fact that one thing about our team, man, we love challenges, and if we put our mind to it and we set to it and that's what we want to do, we're gonna go out and get the win, take on the challenge. And with Bud, just look at his record, just look at his, what he's accomplished in the sport, and those last couple fights has always been challenges and being undisputed challenges, be 3-time undisputed challenges, fighter of the year, ESPY award, two or three times, man. Those are challenges, man, that people put in front of Bud, and if Bud put his mind to it, he gonna make it happen, and he looks at his team mentally, physically, and getting prepared for those type of.
He also addressed Boots Ennis and his comments about making Crawford look like easy work, with the legendary trainer dismissing those statements as nothing more than the usual trash talk that fighters use when building up a potential matchup. However, he also issued a clear warning to Boots, explaining that calling out a legendary boxer immediately after the biggest victory of his career could turn out to be a very foolish and risky decision. In his view, Crawford has already proven himself at the highest level, and underestimating a fighter with that kind of experience, skill, and confidence could come back to haunt Boots if the two ever actually share the ring. For now, the comments remain part of the growing back and forth, but they have added even more fuel to the possibility of a major Crawford versus Boots Ennis showdown.
You know, Boots is supposed to say that because he's one of the guys at the top, but he can't touch Bud. And I'm sorry. I like him as a fighter. I like him as a person. Him and his whole team over there, but I'm just being real with him. You know, his best thing is let the man stay in retirement and ride off in the sunset. And you try to accomplish more than what he accomplished. That's the best thing I could tell anybody. And him. And his team.
Responding to those comments, Crawford himself did not hold back when addressing Ennis and his bold claims during a recent broadcast appearance. The former champion immediately took issue with what he viewed as disrespect coming from a younger fighter, making it clear that he was not impressed by Boots' confidence or the way he was speaking about him. Crawford appeared to believe that the comments went beyond normal fight promotion and sounded more personal than competitive, especially considering everything Bud has already accomplished throughout his career. I feel like he's a hater.
I feel like he's a hater.
Okay.
If I'm gonna be a 1,000%.
This is the Real Report show. It's all good. That's what we do.
Yeah,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes.
I think he's a hater. You know, like a lot of people say, "Oh man, Bud always hating." Like, what I had to hate on him for?
Right.
You know, I didn't support him in the Olympic trials. I didn't been in the locker room at his fights, you know, supporting him. So why would I need to hate on him?
Yeah.
Crawford rarely gets involved in media arguments or responds publicly to fighters unless something genuinely bothers him. So by addressing Ennis directly and questioning the intentions behind his comments, Bud made it clear that the young challenger had managed to bring out his strongest competitive side. Crawford's response suggested that he was not simply brushing off the criticism or treating it as ordinary fight promotion, but was actually paying close attention to what Ennis was saying and taking the claims seriously. At the same time, Bud appeared to believe that people may be giving Ennis too much credit for his recent success and allowing one victory to create unrealistic expectations about where he stands among boxing's elite. I think we're overhyping this victory.
We overhyping this victory, you know, in a sense where nobody picked Xander to win. Everybody was kind of like, okay, he's in over his head and it's a matter of time before Boots catch him and end the fight. I think it's going to be different when he goes up against a Fundora or a Virgil, because if one of those guys get him hurt like Xander did, I don't think it's going to be the same.
Speaking of Boots, Jaron Ennis has continued talking about Crawford following his latest victory, keeping the possibility of a future showdown alive even while focusing on his own career goals. During an interview on the Pivot podcast, Boots once again addressed the possibility of facing Crawford and explained where his priorities currently stand. He appeared less interested in forcing that fight to happen right now, saying that his main focus is on conquering the division, collecting world titles, establishing himself as the dominant fighter in the weight class, and ultimately becoming the face of boxing. However, Boots also made it clear that if Crawford decides to come out of retirement, he would be more than ready to accept the challenge, step into the ring, and try to beat Bud. Until that happens, though, Boots has little interest in chasing Crawford or spending too much time trying to make the matchup happen, because he believes there are bigger opportunities waiting for him, especially with major world titles and significant fights on the line. For Boots, the goal appears to be building his own legacy first, while leaving the door open for Crawford if Bud eventually decides that one more fight is worth the risk.
Channing
said, listen, I'm gonna tell you now, on this show, Boots, Channing told Bud there's a certain number you'd come back from. But after the last fight, he sent out a little, you're not on social media, so I'm gonna hip you to it. He sent out, he's like, hey man, I ain't gonna say nothing, but y'all see it.
I don't really care.
Like, is that a fight you would want?
For sure, but you know, he retired. Like he talking, but he retired. He ain't saying he want to fight, so he won't say he retired. You know, let him enjoy his retirement. You know, and like he said, this the Boots era. He said it himself. A couple people, my homies, send it to me. He like, yo, he talking about this the Boots era. He know, you know. Yeah, it's different over here. I'm trying to tell you, it's different over here, yo. It's different.
That, hypothetically, right? Would that be a fight that would even make sense? Like, would you say this is a big fight? Understandably, the legacy is there for Bud. But what is he, 39, 37? Something like that. And you're right there in the thick of your prime, right? Would that even be a thing? Like, you know?
No, it's definitely a big fight if he was a return, but he returned, I beat him, they're gonna be like he was old. Like it's always gonna be something. Like it's like I said, when people be bringing up his name, I don't even really be caring. Like he retired. Like it's like he just talking. He doing what retired people do. We talk. Like
yeah.
So with Boots continuing to call Crawford out and keeping his name attached to the possibility of a major showdown, many people now believe Bud could eventually be pushed into reconsidering retirement and returning to the ring to settle the debate once and for all. The constant attention surrounding the potential matchup has created even more questions about whether Crawford could resist the temptation if the right opportunity eventually came along. Camp insider Bernie the boxer also revealed what he believes could be the key to bringing Crawford out of retirement, suggesting that it would take a very specific psychological approach to convince the former champion that returning was actually worth it. According to Bernie, Crawford is not sitting at home waiting around for ordinary fight offers or casual opportunities that do not give him a strong reason to return. Instead, he believes Bud would need something much bigger and more meaningful to capture his attention, something that could challenge his competitive mindset and make him feel that stepping back into the ring was truly worth the risk.
What to do, and it still ain't happening. Y'all still ain't paying attention to that. If you want to get Crawford out of retirement, then say what he said. Tell him, I'll knock Crawford ass out. Tell his old ass to come back. He better stick to commentating. This is what you gotta talk. This is real shit. The only way you're gonna get, now I'm being literal, the only way you're gonna get Crawford to come back, and I hope he not get upset at me about this, but he said this on his own, so I'm just kind of amplifying what he said. If somebody, whoever they is that needs to say it, says, I will beat Crawford ass, I will knock him out, he better stick to doing the commentating and join whatever retirement, because he ain't got nothing coming with me. That's why he ran out of retirement. I'll beat his ass. I'm way better than him. I do everything better than Crawford. I'm smarter than Crawford. Because he said all this stuff too. Somebody else was playing this clip and he was saying all this stuff. I do everything he do, but I do it better. So now he put all these things in the right type of way. And then we might have something then. I don't know.
However, there are still several major complications that could prevent this highly anticipated fight from actually happening in 2026. Crawford's body has naturally grown beyond the weight classes where he once competed, making it increasingly difficult for him to return to the lower divisions without putting unnecessary stress on his body. Because of that, he is unlikely to go through an extreme weight cut or drain himself physically simply to accommodate a challenger like Boots Ennis. Crawford has already spent decades pushing his body to its limits, and after reaching this stage of his career, there is little reason for him to take unnecessary risks just to make a particular weight. For that reason, it seems increasingly unlikely that Crawford would agree to face Boots at super welterweight, even though that is the weight class many fans might naturally expect for this potential matchup.
Obviously, they talked about, him calling, Crawford easy work. And, Crawford said, I'm not no easy work for no man. He doesn't like that disrespect.
Yeah. But listen, y'all, he said, ask Bernie if Boots get undisputed at 54, can we see that fight then? He ain't gonna be at 54. Crawford's not a 54 pounder no more, bro. He not at 54, he's a 68 pounder or a 60. That's where he fighting at now. That's where he feel comfortable at, 60 or 68. And it gotta be a big fight, so if Boots come up to 160, I don't know. I can't tell you what the man to do, but you know what I'm saying?